Before you ever think you understand insects, before you assume they are small, harmless, or simple, you need to erase everything from your mind, because lurking just beneath the calm green surface of the nearest pond is a creature so mechanical, so precise, it seems designed by a weapon engineer. This is not science fiction. This is the dragonfly nymph. It spends almost its entire life underwater, perfectly hidden in mud or plants, motionless, silent, waiting. Its body seems innocent, smooth, brown, forgettable. But inside that tiny body is a machine of terror, a predator engineered by millions of years of evolution to hunt, kill, and survive with a precision that shocks scientists. It is armed with a weapon unlike anything else on Earth, a spring-loaded, catapult-driven jaw called a prehensile labium. It sits folded beneath its face like a hidden trap. This multi-segmented machine can fire out faster than the blink of your eye. It can snatch prey, lock it in place with pincer-like palps, rotate it like a robotic arm, and deliver it straight to the nymph's mouth. A system so fast, so precise that tadpoles, mosquito larvae, and even tiny fish never know what hit them. Yet this is only one of its many marvels. At the opposite end of its body lies a biological engine unlike anything humans have built, a rectal jet. It sucks in water through its anus to breathe, extracting oxygen from it over fine gills. Then it expels the water through a tri-leaflet valve. This does more than just breathe. It creates thrust, stabilizing the nymph's body during its lightning-fast strikes. It controls currents. It even draws fresh water in for the next breath. A hydraulic system so sophisticated that biomedical engineers are now studying it to design better heart valves for humans. The nymph begins life as a tiny, soft prolarva, shedding its first skin within seconds to become an armored hunter. From that moment, its purpose is singular: hunt, kill, grow, repeat. It can molt up to 15 times, each time growing bigger, stronger, and more terrifying, each time upgrading its armor and improving its systems. Life underwater is a battlefield. Every ripple is a warning. Every vibration is a signal. The nymph is a master of this world. It can be a climber, stalking prey among plants, a sprawler, blending with sediment, a burrower, hidden with only its eyes and deadly mask visible, or a hider, completely buried, using its tube-shaped abdomen as a snorkel. But all forms share the same core weapons: the labial catapult and the hydraulic anal engine. When the nymph strikes, the mask unfolds in a blur. It uses stored elastic energy like a drawn crossbow to fire its jaw forward. The palps snap shut to seize the prey. All of this happens while the anus fires a jet of water to counteract the recoil. The entire sequence takes between 15 and 40 milliseconds, faster than a mantis shrimp punch, faster than a Venus flytrap, faster than your brain can process a single image. This is not thought. It is instinct, the product of millions of years of evolution, creating an unconscious calculation of fluid dynamics, velocity, and trajectory. While humans struggle to build robotic arms, the nymph does this naturally, perfectly, blending biology and physics into one terrifyingly efficient predator. And this is just its juvenile phase. As it grows, it begins a grotesque and miraculous transformation. Unlike a butterfly, it does not hide in a cocoon. It continues hunting, feeding, and breathing while its adult body forms inside it. It liquefies its own tissues, reorganizes its organs, and grows wings, all while remaining a fully functional predator. It is a living paradox, destroying and rebuilding itself simultaneously. Finally, it climbs from the water under cover of night. Its old skin splits, its thorax swells, its wings unfurl like ghostly sails. It transforms from a hidden hydraulic assassin into a lethal aerial hunter. It carries all the precision, speed, and predatory skill from its underwater life into the skies. Its compound eyes can see in nearly 360 degrees. Its body is a masterpiece of aerial agility. Humans now study this creature to replicate its genius. Its catapult jaw inspires designs for ultra-fast, energy-efficient robotic manipulators. Its anal jet and valve inform new propulsion systems and prosthetic heart valves. We are only beginning to understand the secrets held within this small brown insect. To truly grasp its horror, imagine you are its prey, a mosquito larva drifting in what seems like a peaceful pond. You feel the water as calm. You sense nothing. And then in a blink, the world explodes. The mask snaps. The palps clamp. The jet stabilizes. Every calculation is perfect. There is no chance, no escape, only the mechanical perfection of a predator, so small and unassuming that its complexity is almost unimaginable. The Dragonfly Nymph is a hydraulic assassin, a catapult killer, a metamorphic marvel. It is a living lesson that nature's most brilliant. Engineering is often found in the smallest, quietest corners of the world. The next time you look at a pond, you will never see it the same way again. Beneath that calm surface lies a battlefield, a laboratory and a horror story, all embodied in a creature you never knew existed. Now let's look closer. As you imagine the nymph lying in the murky depths, you realize its terror isn't just in one weapon, but in the perfect combination of all its systems working together. From the bristles on its legs that sense the faintest water, currents to its body shape that reduces drag, every part is optimized for killing. Consider the speed again, 15 to 40 milliseconds. A human blink takes about 100 milliseconds. In that split second, the nymph uses a dual catapult system. It stores elastic energy in parts called sclerites and T-rods. The postmentum and prementum segments of its jaw work in perfect synchrony. At the same moment, the tri-leaflet anal valve opens, shooting water to stabilize the strike and pull in fresh oxygenated water. A creature smaller than a fingernail performs tasks that challenge our best human-made machines. Imagine the nymph targeting a mosquito larva. The larva drifts unaware. Every tiny vibration it makes is picked up by the nymph's short antennae and sensory hairs. Its compound eyes map the surroundings. In an instant, the nymph calculates the prey's speed and trajectory. Then snap, the mask launches, the palps clamp. The jet fires. The prey is gone, manipulated with surgical precision. This is not a rare event. It happens dozens of times a day. The nymph refines its efficiency with every strike. It is a microcosm of evolutionary engineering at its very best. And while it hunts, it is also changing. This metamorphosis is a horrifying process. The nymph is actively hunting while its internal body is being torn down and rebuilt. Muscles realign. Wings form as tiny pads inside the thorax. Eyes sharpen for aerial vision. It is a living machine that is simultaneously a predator and an architect of its future self. When it finally emerges, the old skin cracks. The adult dragonfly pulls itself out, its wings slowly expanding and hardening. The creature that was a master of the water is now a master of the air. It retains the lethal instincts from its juvenile life. Its reflexes are just as fast. Its precision is just as deadly. Scientists are fascinated by this transition. In laboratories, they raise nymphs in tanks to study this process up close. They use high-speed cameras, filming at thousands of frames per second, just to slow down and understand the nymph's strike. What they see is breathtaking. The movement is so fast it appears as a blur at normal speed. Only with this technology can we see the elegant, coordinated unfolding of the labium, the precise rotation of the palps, and the simultaneous puff of water from the rear. One of the most shocking experiments involved offering nymphs different types of prey. They discovered the nymph doesn't just strike at anything. It calculates the size and potential threat. It will often let a small, insignificant morsel drift by, waiting for a more substantial meal like a tadpole. This shows a level of instinctive decision-making that is astounding for a creature without a complex brain. The breathing system is another area of intense study. Researchers use dyes in the water to visualize the flow. They see how the nymph draws water in, not just for oxygen, but to create currents. It can control the direction of its jet with surprising finesse, using it for tiny movements along the bottom or to suddenly dart away from a predator. This anal jet is more than a simple pump. The tri-leaflet valve is a masterpiece of bioengineering. It opens and closes with minimal effort, creating a directed flow that minimizes turbulence. This is exactly what heart surgeons want in artificial heart valves, a design that reduces turbulence, which can cause dangerous blood clots. So by studying the back end of a dragonfly nymph, we are learning how to save human lives. The camouflage of the nymph is also being studied for military applications. Its ability to remain perfectly still and blend with various backgrounds, mud, leaves, gravel, is superior to many other creatures. Engineers are looking at the texture and color patterns of the nymph's exoskeleton to develop better camouflage for soldiers and vehicles. Now imagine the pond from the nymph's perspective. It is not a peaceful place. It is a world of information. Every shadow could be a fish that wants to eat it. Every ripple could be a potential meal. The nymph's compound eyes are not like ours. They are made of thousands of tiny lenses, each creating a small part of the whole picture. This gives it a mosaic view of the world, excellent for detecting the slightest movement. It can see in almost all directions at once, leaving it with very few blind spots. Its legs are not just for walking. They are covered in those sensitive hairs that act like underwater radar, detecting vibrations from struggling prey or approaching predators. It is constantly processing this flood of sensory data, and it does so instinctively, without conscious thought. This is perhaps the most frightening aspect. There is no mercy, no hesitation. It is a pure killing machine, honed by evolution. It does not kill for sport, only for survival and growth. But its efficiency is so absolute that it seems merciless. For the creatures that share its pond, the dragonfly nymph is the stuff of nightmares. A study in an artificial pond showed that the presence of just a few dragonfly nymphs could change the behavior of entire populations of tadpoles and small fish. The prey animals become more its influence shapes the entire ecosystem. The molting process is a time of extreme vulnerability. When it is time to grow, the nymph finds a safe spot. Its old exoskeleton splits, and it carefully extracts its body, including the delicate lining of its breathing apparatus and even the inside of its deadly labium. For a few hours, its new skin is soft and pale. It cannot hunt effectively and must hide until its new, larger armor hardens. During this time, it can easily become prey itself. This cycle of growth and danger repeats over and over for 1, 2, or even 5 years, depending on the species, before it is finally ready for its final transformation. That final climb from the water is one of the most dangerous moments of its life. If it falls back in, it will likely die. If a bird or a frog finds it, it is defenseless. The emergence is often synchronized under the cover of darkness to reduce this risk. The sight of dozens of dragonflies emerging at dawn, their wings glistening in the first light, is one of nature's great spectacles, but it is born from a long hidden life of terror and violence underwater. The adult dragonfly is a direct continuation of the nymph's legacy. It is an apex aerial predator. It can fly backwards, hover with pinpoint accuracy, and reach speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. Its head is almost entirely made up of its enormous compound eyes, giving it nearly 360-degree vision. It catches other insects in midair, often using its legs to form a basket to scoop them up. But some larger species have been observed using their labial mask to grab hold of large, struggling prey, a direct carryover from their nymphal hunting technique. The connection between the two stages of life is profound. The adult's success in the air is built upon the skills and strength gained during its long childhood underwater. A healthy, well-fed nymph emerges as a strong, successful dragonfly. A nymph that struggled will be a weaker adult, if it survives at all. This creature in both its forms is a teacher. It shows us that speed does not always require great strength, but can be achieved through clever mechanics and stored energy. It demonstrates that respiration and propulsion can be combined into a single, highly efficient system. It proves that a simple insect can possess a level of sensory and motor integration that our most advanced robots cannot yet match. the lessons from the Dragonfly. Nymph are already finding their way into our technology. Roboticists in Europe have built a small, underwater robot that uses a jet propulsion system inspired by the nymph's anal breathing. This robot is quieter and more maneuverable than ones with propellers. In Japan, engineers have created a prototype for a fast-moving robotic gripper that uses a spring-loaded catapult mechanism, much like the labium, to pick up delicate objects without crushing them. So the next time you are near a pond, take a moment. Look at the still brown water. Remember that what appears simple and peaceful is an illusion. Just below the surface, hidden in the mud and plants, are countless hydraulic assassins. They are patient. They are armed. They are calculating. They are living machines of terrifying precision, whose existence challenges everything we think we know about the natural world. They are the dragonfly nymphs, and they are a perfect reminder that in nature, genius and horror are often one and the same. We work hard to bring you the most fascinating animal stories. If this video was informative, please help us grow by liking, sharing, and subscribing to Animals Biography. Your feedback helps us the most. Tell us in the comments, which segment of this biography was the most enlightening or surprising for you?